Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother and sister in Islam, Ramadan Mubarak. Alhamdulillah, today is our fourth day of starting of Ramadan. The time is going really quickly. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the beginning of this Khatirah to accept from us, to inshallah bless us in this blessed day of Ramadan. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our fasting, to accept our prayer, to accept our qiyam, to accept our dua. Allahumma ameen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inshallah to cure us from this COVID-19 outbreak. Allahumma ameen. So my khatir for today, inshallah, for you, brother and sister, inshallah, is regarding the dua, regarding supplication. It's very important for us as a Muslim to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time. Not only a certain period of time, but all the time. However, there are also etiquette and certain time that dua is highly can be inshallah answered and acceptable by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell us in Al-Fatiha, Surah Al-Fatiha, we read this one over and over and over. But also this is part of the Fatiha is dua. When we supplicate and recite Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, this is a dua. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to answer our and guide us to the straight path. We repeat this dua over and over, minimum at least 17 times a day. So how important the dua. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also command us in the other places, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Allah tells us, you call in me, you supplicate to me, I shall answer your dua and I will answer your dua. However, there is etiquette also for dua to be answered. So inshallah, look in today, see what the criteria that our dua will be inshallah answered, what the best time for our dua inshallah be answered. As I said, really, there is all the time we should be calling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for supplication. But inshallah, we just only take advantage of a certain blessed time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah at that time. Rather than alhamdulillah, the time of our Fajr right now, the time of our Ramadan, the fasting month, the time of the day of Arafah, the time of Laylatul Qadr, the time when the rain was falling. It's just many opportunity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put the blessed time to accept our dua. And inshallah, we look also into the hadith. The hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, dua is a form of act of worship. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala call on me. That's what it said. Call on me, I will answer your prayer. And also the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, indeed, your Lord is alive, generous, and if his servant raises his hands toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he feels reluctant not to return anything to him. What a beautiful hadith for us, inshallah, to understand the meaning of dua. And also the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, any Muslim who supplicates Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a supplicant that does not contain any sin or cutting off of family relations, Allah will give him one of three things. Allah will answer his dua or give him three things to answer his dua. First one, either he will immediately answer his dua, that's one thing. The second thing, or will save it for him until the day of judgment hereafter, or he will remove something bad from him equal to the value of his dua. A dua has a certain value determined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If a person says a particular dua, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prompt him from something bad that is equal to the valued amount of his dua. So that's when we supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, three ways of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dealing with our dua. Whether first of all, he immediately answers the dua. Second, he can delay it for the supplicant, the person who supplicated, to later on in the day of judgment. And that's, most of that, we wish that our dua and answer in this dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, at that time, in the hereafter, he will find it there to save him from the hellfire. And the third period, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove difficulty from the supplicant, which is equal to the value of his dua. Alhamdulillah. So meaning that when we make our dua, Allah will respond to our dua. So now the condition for us when we make our dua. So when we're making our dua, we have to meet certain criteria. First of all, the faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also when we supplicate, we have to start to praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the beginning of the dua and making salawat and rood on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then we ask our dua, and then at the end of our dua also praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make rood on our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is etiquette in our dua, or when we do our dua. And also when we make our dua, so to be always serious in our dua and certain that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer our dua. And the other one, the important is one of the persistent in our dua and not rushing in it. As the hadith said, do not rush or be impatient. Do not say, I prayed for such a thing and such a thing, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't answer my prayer. This is not good, and or be impatient with your dua. You do your dua in sincerity, in iman, in ikhlas, be persistent with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and leave it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's always give you the promise. Allah will answer your dua, but do not hasten your dua. I want it right away. I want it right now. Because we don't know. Allah knows what the best for you and I. We didn't know what the best for us. Our Creator, He knows what the best for us. He knows when He answers our dua, what the best for me and you. When we supplicate to Allah subhanahu, how to answer that dua, it's up to Allah subhanahu. Sincerity and ikhlas in our hearts that our dua will be answered. And also we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. And also there is some, as I mentioned at the beginning of this khatirah, there's some blessed time to make dua. The first of all, alhamdulillah, during Ramadan, during our fasting, that's the best time for dua. And also the dua before we break our iftar, before we break our fast, that's also one of the best dua. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will just answer dua. Also during the third part of the night, that's the best time for dua. Also the dua of after Fajr or during the Fajr time, or during our sajda, in our sujood, that's one of the best time. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer our dua. Also during the day of Jum'ah, there's 1 hour in Jum'ah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answer our dua. See, there's many opportunities Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given us that to supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also during the day of Arafah, and during the our jihad when we meet up. Also during the rain time, the fall of the rain. And all this, subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given us such opportunity to be, inshallah, good and close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as I said, really just no time limit for you, just all the time when you need the most, just go and raise your hand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for supplication. May Allah accept it from us. May Allah give inshallah the goodness in this dunya and hereafter. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا قبلنا وعافنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم تقبل منا صيامنا وقيامنا وركوعنا وسجودنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيه على الإسلام ومن أمته منا فأمته على الإيمان. اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا ذكرنا وأنثانا شاهدنا وغائبنا صغير وكبير يا رب العالمين. اللهم تقبل منا يا سميع ويا عليم. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات المسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. وصل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.